Here is a Vornado model 633 whole room air circulator VN. I got this a number of years ago from the Home Depot, I think. Maybe summer 19, summer 18, somewhere in there. I haven't used it too much because I generally was not impressed with it. But I wanted to revisit it now that I have this big room here to test it in. Because there's been a couple of fans I've kind of had a change in opinion on after using them in here, because now we can get a good idea of how far the air travels from the fan, which is a pretty important aspect that we previously never really looked at, because the studio room was just too small and too cluttered to get a good idea of that characteristic. So this one came with a 5-year warranty, which is pretty decent, and from what I've heard very consistently, Vornado does seem to honor the warranties properly. So we're not going to go through the whole rigmarole of opening the box up and looking at everything, because I've already done that. We'll just take the fan out and turn it on and see how it works. It's very light. Should not be this light. The motors, they used to use some pretty serious motors in these things. Now they're just, looks like whatever random motor from China gave the cheapest bid that week. They're not ball bearing anymore. They used to be, some of them. Pretty sure it's still PSC at least. But the bearings, I don't know. I recall them seeming kind of stiff when I used this last. According to the box, the unit allegedly moves air for up to 75 feet. So, in theory, if I set this up in here, I should feel it clear across the room, because that's only 25 feet. .6 amps. So that's, for something this size, that's a fair bit of power used. Alright, start it up on the low. It's got some hair in there from last time I was using it. So that's nearly silent on low. Is that because the bearings are locked up, or is that just the way it's supposed to be? No, it doesn't seem too bad. However, that's already pulling 0.37 amps, which would be almost identical to an old Galaxy Lasko oscillator 12-inch on high, which would move a ton more air than this. So in terms of efficiency, this is actually quite poor and uses a lot of power compared to other fans. The airflow is very, very gentle, but this is what I was talking about before. It's traveling. I'm almost all the way across the room. I'm probably about 15 feet away from the fan. And even though it's a very calm breeze, I can feel it. It doesn't weaken very quickly at all. It keeps moving. Now, as far as all this whole room circulation stuff goes, no, you're not feeling this unless you're in the direct line of the fan, but this is pretty quiet, and the air is moving pretty far. The only thing I'm perturbed about right now is the power draw, which for a modern product, I'm kind of surprised by. Let's go to the medium. So this is already very loud to me. This is 0.39 amps, so another 0.2 amps, or no, 0.02 amps, which is a huge step up in speed for 0.02 amps. This is too loud. Too loud for me anyways. The airflow is decent. If I go all the way across the room here, I can still feel it. The air definitely is traveling pretty far away from the fan. 75 feet, I'm not sure I believe that. 30 feet, that I can believe. Let's try the high. The blade seems to be in decent balance. High is 0.54 amps. And it got louder, but not too much louder. It's a fairly pleasant, a lower frequency sound. There's no annoying whirring or clicking or anything like that. And it is pushing decent air for the size. Is this better than some of the cheaper knockoff ones like the Amazon Basic unit? That I don't know. So I'm going to go across the room here. And I mean, there's air moving over here, but it's not crazy. I really don't see this moving air 75 feet. Really don't. We're looking at about a maybe 15, 18 foot span right now, and it's definitely still strong, but it's not, it's more than half gone for sure. As far as air circulating elsewhere in the room, yeah, I don't go anywhere else other than the line of things. Now granted, this one is probably bigger than the Infinity's case, but it's only a 25 foot diameter room. It's actually here 75 feet. It's really clocking it up, so it's pretty good. I don't feel like I'm moving anywhere besides right in the line of theme. I think part of the problem with this is the guard is too thick. They used to have very wide spacing on the guards and let the air pass through real easy. This one kind of sounds restricted to me. And that blade's turning pretty fast. And it's not moving as much air as it should be. Well, just for curiosity. Let's see. Supposedly the grill is easily removable for cleaning. I'm not sure what that means or how it does. Looks like there's some tabs that you would need a screwdriver to pull off. I want to turn around out the guard and see what the difference in performance is. I would not classify this as easily removed. I'd actually classify this as difficult. Unless there's something I'm not understanding about the way this was supposed to work. Looks like there's 4 tabs here, and I can get the tab over the notch, but it doesn't proceed forward. It's like you'd have to do at least 2 of them simultaneously, and that's not a two-handed task, that's a 3-handed task. That's a joke. That's supposed to be easy removal? No. That's not easy at all. Yeah, it just does not go forwards. Well, to give it the benefit of the doubt, let's see if I'm doing something wrong. Oh, there's no instructions. Oh, that's nice. I do have a receipt in here so we can find out exactly when I bought it. I bought it on summer of 18. So the warranty probably just ran out recently. Doesn't say on the box how to take the guard off. Easy, clean, removable grill is what it says. It's not going to be easy to clean, I can guarantee you that, if it comes off or not. Yeah, it feels like there's screws or something else. I'm going to see if I can get it off. I can't get it. There's one screw on the bottom, it looks like, maybe. Deep down in there. You need a very long driver for that. At least an 8-inch driver or so. Now, I could get the guard off if I spent the time on it, but I just wanted to see if the average user would be able to get the guard off, and the answer is absolutely not. And that's making me lose a lot of respect for it, because these guards on these things used to pop right off. You didn't even need a screwdriver. Not good. So, it's not built like the old ones, that's for sure. Very lightweight, very plasticky. Performance is, it's okay. It's kind of noisy. Draws a lot of power on the lower speeds. It's not the Vornado of years past. Is it one of the better products available today? Probably. I think by the warranty alone kind of ensures your purchase, but this is no Vornado from the 90s, that's for sure.